good whatever part of the day it is for you. So here I'm talking to a camera again, and I don't even have any instruments this time, which makes it even more weird, but I'll get over it. But yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about creativity and possibly how to become more creative or get more ideas, I suppose. So over the years I've noticed certain patterns and certain situations where I've found myself being most creative, or when I've gotten like most ideas, I guess. And basically all of these methods that I'm describing here are kind of like aiming to the same goal, which is accessing the subconscious part of the brain by basically keeping the logical part of the brain occupied in some other activity. And in this way you can sort of like keep the creative process flowing, because you keep the logical part of the brain out of the way, in a sense, if that makes any sense. And yeah, the methods that I'm describing here, they don't need to be about music. So I think it can be any creative endeavor, and they can be sort of applied to those as well. Maybe by changing something, but basically the fundamental idea is the same. So I hope maybe this will help. Okay, so the first method here is basically do something boring. And I've changed it a little bit because I think there is like a somehow common saying or expression that you have to get bored in order to get creative, and I'm not sure what that refers to, because if it means that you have to be like that there's nothing to do, that you're sort of like laying on a couch and then that's when you get creative, that really doesn't work for me. So that basically what works for me is that you have to do something boring. And this can be anything like maybe you're in a class and the subject of the class isn't that interesting, or maybe the teacher is teaching in a really boring way. It could be a meeting, you're in a meeting that doesn't necessarily concern you, or maybe you're watching a TV show or something that isn't that interesting. But I think the main thing here is that you sort of have to keep your attention in something, or at least some part of it, and in this way the subconscious mind sort of can be more open and flow ideas more freely. So this is kind of how I perceive how this might work. All right. So then the second method here would be to get busy, basically. So I think there has to be something that you have to be doing, or you should be doing in the future. And this is kind of something that is really like a time-related thing. So the best ways, I think, are if there's like an appointment that you have to be at a certain time of the day, or maybe you like to go to a gym in like some part of the day, and or maybe you have to wake up early and you should be sleeping early as well. That works too. And before these sort of activities or appointments, if you are writing or doing whatever before that, that's when I've noticed that the ideas start to come. And I think this goes to the same subconscious access, in a sense that you're sort of like keeping your logical part of the mind occupied in that you know that you have to go soon, you have to go, and that sort of like keeps the ideas flowing. And it's kind of funny because it actually gets, at least I get more ideas the more close to the time that I actually have to be going gets. So it's a little bit frustrating way, because you usually end up either becoming late, or maybe you miss the whole thing completely, or then it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you're still like on the computer writing some stuff, and you know that the next day is going to be horrible because you can't get enough of sleep. So in this sense, it's not the kind of like ideal method, but yeah, for some reason it works quite well for me, and maybe it will help you too. All right, and then the third way would be a little bit more practical, I guess. So it would be like you have to break the habits or the patterns that you're used to doing things. So in my case, like with guitar, I think the best way to do this is either change the tuning, or change the key where you're playing, or the scales that you're playing. And I guess this would apply to like piano or keyboard as well, that you change the key or the scale. And by doing this, you're basically like forcing yourself thinking from a little bit different perspective in a way that because I've noticed that at least with guitar it's really easy to go back to the patterns that we're sort of like most used with. Maybe with a certain tuning you sort of like keep doing the same things, and then if you're trying to ride with that, it's kind of like everything sounds the same and nothing, it's really like exciting. So by changing something with it, I think it has helped me at least. All right, so those were the 3 methods that I basically came up with, and I hope maybe some of them will be helpful to you, and you get out of writer's block, or just get some new like fresh ideas or new perspectives on certain things. And I would like to know if you have some different ways how you get more creative. Let me know in the comments. It would be interesting to know if you have noticed something about your own creative process. And but yeah, basically that's all. So thanks for watching the video, and we see you next time.